I am. I can't help it. My life, the hand that was dealt to me, you know, the first section and a half of my life, this is what I experienced. This is what I went through. So what I do is I turn around, I share my livelihoods with those out there who's listening, young, old, senior citizen, don't matter. Those who's out there listening, that maybe they can walk away with something that I'm saying from an educational standpoint, from a standpoint of shit, I don't know, I probably saved somebody's life and didn't even know it from a whole nother sector of town and life based on what I said. So I try to come on here, man, I'll be as positive and constructive as possible. Yeah, I got to go there sometime and come down and step off the pedestal and, man, go into Bunny Hunter BJ character time on these lame-ass Negroes out here, but I catches myself. Again, it's about not about glorifying nothing. It's not glorifying the past. It's about recognizing the past, paying homage to the past as well as the present, and recognizing where are you going for the future. See, what makes me different than a lot of individuals is because I'm still relevant with a lot of you niggas out here, and that's what makes you niggas mad. That's what a lot of haters hate, because like, man, nigga, you an old head. Nigga, I ain't no old head shit. I'm a real one that's still here, and I'm relevant. And a lot of you suckers out there, y'all hate that. You hate that shit.
I like to touch on that, being that we from different generations, and speak to the younger generations about that.
Shoot. Cut this light out for us too.
One thing, my generation, and especially today's generation, gotta realize and understand and have an understanding is this: without respect, how you gonna grow? And most importantly, how you gonna evolve and elevate if you're not listening to those that did it before you? Because a person could be a crackhead, a person could be, you know what I mean, a dope head. I don't mean they can't teach you anything. They could teach you how not to be a dope head. They could teach you how to not to be a crackhead. See, the difference is between me and the average person my age bracket is that I am willing to listen. You know what I'm saying? I listen more and talk less. So that's why I was always honored since the second I got off the porch, since 92 when I was 10 years old, to be around different OGs. Because, you know, back then in that time, it wasn't like now, per se, meaning that it wasn't no vouch bracket, whatever. An old head, an older head, especially a reputable, they'll teach you, they'll test you like this. And you, without you even knowing they testing you, they'll say some shit just to see if you're going to repeat that shit. Know what I mean? As time progresses, then you can start being around and doing things like that. Today is not like that. Today is a vouch bar, or I'm related to this person. Back then, nobody didn't care about who you related to. It was about this and this. Nobody didn't care about how many you did this, because at the end of the day, it's people who are quick to brag about, talk about what a person did, but nobody talk about what they did in that interrogation room though. That's where it counts. You know what I mean? Yeah, you didn't caught these hot ones, but did you stand up in that interrogation room? See, that's the difference. We got all these so-called killers, but 9 out of 10, we know what I mean? If it's 4 of us in the car, know what I mean? Out of 4 or 2 or 3 are telling automatically. So how everybody claiming they real when 90% of the people that are snitches are right beside us or around us? You know what I mean? And it's everywhere. You know what I mean? So like bring it back to like the respect level, man. Like that's the only way you're gonna learn how to live longer is by listening to a person that did it before you. It don't matter you agree with everything. You know what I mean? You can agree or disagree.
Right.
But by you listening, you gonna always catch a message.
Yeah, because what that says is your analogy is true facts, and what that says is, because we can reverse it and put it on this level there.
Yeah.
If 50, 45, let's say from the 45, 50, 55 bracket is considered old heads to young generation, this generation, right? Mm-hmm. You call old heads, right? But in your mind, you know the equivalency of an average black man is not expected, especially in this expectancy. It used to be 25 for us. Now it's 18. It's 18 for you niggas. You don't expect to be 18 years. At 18, it's supposed to be a burial ground for you motherfuckers right now, man. That's the expectancy of our statics when it comes to us as a black man. Feel me? Death is supposed to become us at 18. We don't supposed to make it out of 18 nowhere. Period. So now let's flip that. Now you have grown from 18 to 25. From 25, you made it to 30, but you still wild, buck ass wild. Guess what? Them same youngsters out there that's talking about old heads. One day, God's willing, Allah bless you, as mercifully as He is. You grow to see 45 and 50. Guess what? You're gonna be an old head. What's going to be your understanding, your analogy then, nigga? Are you going to understand the game of life then? That, oh, okay, this is what comes with this as being a veteran and an OG now, you know, it's humbleness, trying to humble yourself, find your real self, find yourself as far as, you know, the way you found yourself when you was in that other life. Now you're trying to find yourself in another life, the life of light, the life of freedom as a man, the mental freedom. The freedom is being free for real, you know? So when it come down to that, you know, it's like that seemed to be hard to feather, hard to understand, hard to swallow. But it's the truth. It's life for real. It's facts, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like, that's why, like, honestly, like, I was asked to get on platforms since I've been home from a few of my homies because they Jersey as a whole, especially homies from my age bracket. And it's a generation before me, because I'm first generation for the Fruittown brands from my biddy, because you know how the biddies is and all of that. But you know what I mean, overall, I'm second generation when we talk about Damus as a whole, because you had 6'6" Deuce, Treetop Power Rules 135s was there established on the streets. See, I don't talk about the jail thing. The jail thing to me don't count. Everything count on the streets, because that's, you know what I mean, like I'm no cuts, you know what I mean, no disrespect, but
jail was
you know what I mean.
Prison, not to cut you off, but to intervene real quick and agree with what you're saying as well. Prison is a part of the systematic that comes with the consequences of what one does and his actions. If you ain't out here, you ain't putting down no actions, then nigga, you ain't gonna see no prison. Of course, there's some niggas out here that went all their life ain't never been in prison, but were still putting it down active. They were just fortunate enough because they crimies took the weight, or the niggas who they was running with. One nigga got caught, they didn't. He took the fall because it was that real back then. Niggas was really handling their weight like that. So, you know, and then you had niggas that was folding as well. It wasn't no different as to the day. But the difference again was it was still structured. It was disciplined. If you did decide to go against the grain and say, fuck that, man, I ain't taking this weight. Shit, I'm finna give it up on everybody. Guess what, bro? 9 times 10, you ain't making it through no system. You ain't making it to no system. You know why? Because we ran the systems. When I say we, meaning the ex-cons. We did all the paperwork. Wasn't no computer shit. Nigga knew where you was going to get transferred, because nigga was transferring you right to your enemy, nigga. Right to the cell. Right to the yard, on the yard with them niggas. Yeah. So there was no way to get around it. And niggas knew this from the streets. So that made snitching prohibited in our era, where you couldn't be getting on no stand and pointing no nigga out and telling about, yeah, this nigga did it, or yeah, well, that's my crimey, or, you know, make a statement against your crimey and then turn around and go get on the stand against your crimey, or separate yourself and go to court for a different court against your crimey and all that. Man, wasn't none of that shit, because it was a different ball game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just taking us back to, you know, validating what you were saying, man, you know, that's all facts. That it's not about the jail system. The jail system was just a part of your training course as being a soldier and a warrior out here in these streets. That, okay, can you withstand the pressure if you go to jail? Can you get down with 20 to odd against the enemies or the enemigos that's in there that's against us? Can you still handle your shit and still be a B-dog? Can you still throw up the beat, nigga, when you see other bloods? Can you still bang? When you fly your color? When you do all these things was accountable when you go to jail now. Yeah. Feel me? So niggas talk about a lot of shit in jail, but they don't talk about the specifics and the significance of what you have to go through when you in them yards, though. Niggas want to glorify, oh, nigga, I was on the yard, I walked the yard, I did this, yeah. But, nigga, was you really a factor on them yards? Did you really gut some shit on them yards? When it came down to the riots and the real back-to-back shit that was going down, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's just a part of the game. Yeah. That we decided to be a part of and choose in our life when we decided to become gang members / gang bangers. The real factor is the streets, like you just said. What counts is what niggas done on these streets. What's accountable for when you on these streets, your reputation, your name, how you move, everything. You know what I mean? And that jail shit is just a part of the package that comes along with it, because it's the consequences. But overall, nigga don't make no, because I got homies that ain't never been in pen. Ruthless niggas.
Yeah.
Real niggas that's been in the game with this shit and then made it out. But was ruthless. Yeah. Squabblers, fighters, all that, hitters, ain't never touched the yard. They was fortunate. You feel me?
You know, see with the East Coast and the South, it's so misconstrued and everything because we got social media, right? So mind you, I was gone the whole time through this when social media first started, because I didn't get out to 214 January 5th. So I did 11 years straight. So when I get out, I'm just like, damn, this what everybody doing? Like they glorifying this shit. And I'm like, yo, this is a genocide thing.
All over.
You know what I mean? So it's like the more people come home, you got everybody glorifying gangs, streets, and prison, and like the people that's glorified, they didn't actually live it, respectfully, but you didn't, because if you just talking about jail shit, you know what I mean, you glorifying it. It's one thing to speak about something, but it have to be a message. So I'm gonna be the one that I know how to articulate this shit. You know what I mean? Like again, you know what I mean? Like it didn't start in New York. It didn't. You know what I mean? What they did in jail, that's what they did in jail. Respectfully, I respected that. You know what I mean? Like they got together and
when you say what they did in jail, you mean on the island?
Yeah, what they did on the island, but in Jersey, we did it on the streets and it was brought to us. See, the world don't know is that after y'all, which is y'all, meaning LA, got bashed about the red and blue. When y'all was being they had that diss song. I think his name was Tin Dog or something, right? And he dissed LA about how people was dying behind colors. Right after y'all got dissed with that diss record, what people don't know is that we got dissed by New York too, because they was saying that Jersey was following LA, and how we could follow something that was brought to us, but in the same breath, y'all saying that we following somebody, but y'all mimic the word blood, but then y'all brought a acronym. Excuse me, an acronym meaning y'all gave it a meaning. There's no meaning, homie. It's just blood. You know what I'm saying? Then most importantly, you know what I mean, before the word blood exists, you know what I mean, LA Brims, you had the green jackets, you know what I mean? Like this shit was already existing. So again, like to give clarification, you know what I mean? Like, dog, we not Hat Boys. Hat Boys started in 1972 in the east of Watts, man.
Hat Gang Watch.
No, I mean Hat Gang Watch, Crips. That's Crips. That's a Crip thing.
Hey, but now that's funny you say that, because I had to check the shit out of nigga, man. It's funny style ass nigga. I wouldn't dare say his name out my mouth right now, because I said that nigga name out my mouth, boy, he gonna be all over the internet trolling me again. He already been trolling me for the last couple of months. But
yeah, no, man, it's all respect. It's just that I want to clarify things, because kids is like I did my research, homie, and like a day, 6.7 million views go on YouTube with these podcasts as a whole, right? So I say this is that we got these kids and these teenagers looking at everybody platforms, and when when everybody be talking and giving out these so-called history, people are twisting the history up, which come with the East Coast and the South. Because mind you, before I went to prison, there was no dumb moves as far as repping West Coast sets in the South, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, or Georgia. I know this for a fact, because it's a known fact that I don't have no problem pulling up anywhere by myself. So I used to go OT, and everybody don't know what OT is. Now I mean, going out of town. Now I mean, whereas though I take a 1.5 hydro marijuana bag. You know what I mean? I go down to the South and I'm selling it for 1.5 for $25. I was killing them like that, selling pounds of weed like that. You know what I mean? Just breaking this shit down. So again, when I'm dressing like with my brim hat with a feather, you know what I mean, with a trench coat, with some, you know what I mean, with some khakis and all of that, dress my brim shit, motherfuckers will look at me like I'm brazy, you know what I'm saying? So they wasn't doing it. So mind you, as far as Jersey on the East Coast, you know what I mean, one thing I give New York, when you talk about them East Coast sets, that's what they did. They planted that, now I mean, down the line. But when we talk about, now I mean, banging LA sets, we did that from the door, because as we speak, it's over 35 West Coast sets in Jersey, homie. And I mean, that's 92, 93. That's just like the Rips, know what I mean? So like we we got it the right way. We didn't wait to the millennium and social media and then we want to connect and all of that. That's why, like, you know what I mean? When like that's why we are passionate and we so aggressive, because Jersey is already aggressive. So when it was implemented, this B and C thing, that shit just put us on a higher level, because we was like, know what I mean? Oh, we gonna ride for the G homies that's dead. Know what I mean? Because we was like, we not gonna be faking, we ain't gonna be playing with this shit. So we have on site. But the thing with Jersey is that we have on site with the East Coast sets too. Cause it's 4 East Coast sets in Jersey from New York. Know what I mean? But what we was doing back in the 90s was an on site thing. That's why I got West or Die 187. Because if we catch a person pushing 5-point star, whatever, we knocking your shit off, vice versa, because that don't got nothing to do with us being the blood. You know what I mean? The 5-star represents that 5-star represent the people nation, which though they flag on the left. So if you saying you a blood, but you representing the 5, that don't make no sense, because the 5 represent the left side. Well, the 6-point star represent the right side.
It's a mixture.
Yeah, so
you got cats out
so
here.
you still misguiding the kids, because when they meet a certain homie, they ain't gonna want to hear no explanation, because this they way of living, this the way of life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like things like this have to be broken down to give people an understanding, to overstand that, like, dog. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking nobody tribe, but be honest, homie. Stop lying. If people talking about, you know what I mean, they for the people, they wanna make a difference, then make a difference by holding accountability. See, that's the key word. Us as grown men that have the experience, start holding accountability. If you ain't holding accountability, then you just like a puppet. That's it.
On them strings.
You know what I mean?
Wow. Whoa. You heard it right here live, man. Rules of engagement, man. You heard it right here live, man. Tap in, man. Tap in and tune in. If you just now tuning in, man, you'd have missed about a good half an hour to 25 minutes of that good dialogue topic, man. But this is a live. Once I release it, it'll still be up. You can always go back in and check out the videos, man. But what we have in the house here today, man, live at the penthouse with me, man, is Young Gunner, man, off this East Coast, man, represent that BRIM, man. The Brims stand up, West Coast Brims in the house, man. You already know, man, to all the homies out there, man. Even to the Keyways, the real ones out there, man, Crips and Bloods, because this ain't about a separation topic. This ain't about a separation dialogue. We talk to just black kings and queens in general. We talk to our Asiatic, our people, period, man. Those who's willing to be educated, listen, and be tuned in on what's really facts and what's reality, then you are the ones we're talking to.
Yeah, I had the pleasure and the honor of meeting and having a great conversation with co-founder, the start of the West Side Crips, man, Barefoot Pookie. I had a nice conversation with him and his wife.
Oh, that's see now, cats like Barefoot Pookie. Pookie, even though Pookie's a Crip,
yeah,
but he's a big homie to me.
Yeah.
That's my big homie.
Yeah.
Because that's what type of lines we have.
Yeah.
As me being a second generation, he coming from that first generation, and knowing all my big homies, and really been a real Crip and coming from the root of it.
Yeah.
Barefoot Pookie, hands down, man. It's nothing but salute. That's the
homie.
real one. That's a real one right there. You know what I mean? That's the homie right there, man.
Because I met him with my G homie from my turf, man. He picked me up from OIG Red Rum House in the Nickerson Gardens. That's how I met some of your homies. He introduced me, then he introduced me to his kids and shit. So when I left down Nickerson Gardens, me and the G homie and his son, we went to the soul food place before we went to Harbor Park Brims. Know what I mean? To sit down and eat and shit at the park and shit. I believe so. Know what I mean? I believe so.
Probably Pook Hood over
there.
Yeah,
know what I mean? And it started a conversation because his wife was talking about my locks. Know what I mean? So when I turned around, we locked eyes and shit. You know what I mean? The average person gonna be on some groupie shit now. Like, nah, I'm just me, homie. I just like when we first FaceTime, you ain't seen me, you know what I mean? Because one thing, not to get off topic, one thing, man, I am embarrassed about the East Coast as a whole, man, is that dudes be coming out here on some groupie shit, homie. Like, they come out here just to get clout. Like, yesterday, again, I'm not getting off subject, I'm gonna get back to Barefoot Pookie, but when I was at the funeral, you know what I mean, for T. Rogers, you know what I mean, the icon T. Rogers, man, a dude from out of town I'm talking to the co-founder, Lil John from Fruittown Brims, you know what I mean, and Big Nino from the set, you know what I mean, from the turf, you know what I mean, and there's a couple of homegirls and some brimstones over there, you know what I mean, some Pyrus, some OGs and shit. A motherfucker walk past like on some hey yo, you know what I mean, when we get to the burial, homie, you know what I mean, I'm gonna want to take a picture with you. You ain't build, you ain't do no conversation or nothing. So you just popped up just to take pictures with motherfuckers. I took probably like 2 pictures with people. I'm absorbing because the simple fact I had the honor to I could say that this man reached out to me to want to work with me because the work I was doing for the community and redirecting the kids to stop joining gangs, to stop getting them put on, because he was amazed how I got a standing ovation at criminal justice. I taught a criminal justice class in college. You know what I mean? Then I orchestrated and stopped 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders in Jersey, in North New Jersey, from getting put on to Looters Park Paru, because like put 2 rooms together like this size, and it was all full of Bloods and Crips. 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders already in Jersey. See, this the thing with people not knowing that, like, that's how deep embedded it is in Jersey. That's the difference between any other state on the East Coast. That's why we look at everybody weird and different on the East Coast and the South, respectfully. Because alone, this memorial hold 30 names that died behind Fruittown Brims and Fruittown Brick City Brims. Then I got these tombstones. You know what I mean? So I'm a walking grave site. Mind you, I got about 36 names. So overall, we lost over 82, 83 homies. That's from Westside Brims, Fruittown Brims. You know what I'm saying? And Fruittown Brick City Brims. So back to Barefoot Pookie, when I'm breaking this dang down, and before I got my own platform, which was April 1st. You know what I mean? I started my own brand or whatever. But I was talking about how I be going, because at the time I was doing volunteer work, going around. I did volunteer work for 3 years because it wasn't about the money. You know what I mean? It was about, I really wanted to give back and change the direction of these kids, man. Because again, from the rappers to these actors, you know what I mean? You promoting and glorifying our life, but then when we doing something positive with our platforms, y'all don't want to invest in what we got going on. So if y'all don't want to do that, stop promoting our shit.
But that's the divide and conquer syndrome, though. And it always have been in existence, you know. So
yeah,
you got those who's sitting on certain pedestals and they refuse to come down and be a part of something constructive, because they know at the end of the day, shit, that ain't what I want to do. That ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. Because if I do that, that means I'm helping the individual get out that damn hot-ass pot.
Yeah.
Crabs in the barrel syndrome that we was talking about earlier.
But people got to realize,
that, you know what I mean?
But people got to realize, everybody has a helping hand one way or another. Even the rich had a helping hand. Because that's why a lot of them be falling victim, you know what I mean, in they own BS, because they be on this high pedestal like they bigger and better than everybody. So you maybe got money, but you ain't even happy, homie.
Right.
You got all these lawsuits going on. So regardless of what, you still going to need a helping hand. You're going to need that lawyer to get your ass out this hot water. So it's still a helping hand. You know, maybe not financially, but you still got some help, support somewhere. We all need support and help somewhere. Know what I mean? I got myself to this point where I'm at your platform. Even before that, we was controversial, whatever. But everything to this point, I invested in myself just by about a 9 to 5, and I started making, when I got out, $8.25 an hour. Know what I mean? It wasn't about the money at the end of the day, because when I was in prison, I was only making 19 cents a day. So that's another thing that killed me about brothers. They don't want to do dishes or all of that, dog. You was making cents a day, man. You know what I'm saying? So you fronting.
So tell the people out there, where can they find you at, man, on social media, if they want to tap in and hear some of your philosophy, man, and hear some of that brain food.
Or
where can they find you out there, man, the camera 1, 2, and 3.
You could tap in on me, rebuildinglawsouls.com. That's my website. At Brimalone Brimstrong, my IG. Involve Jones, my business page, Facebook. You know, right now I'm working on, I have a series of books. So right now I'm working on donations. My book is an outreach. Instead of talking about, again, what needs to be done, I'm showing you what's being done. I have different individuals from the East Coast and the West Coast bloods. I bridge the gap. Stories by OGs and respectable, you know what I mean, damus from the East Coast telling their stories. And it's not glorifying nothing. It's teaching you about how to overcome being bullied. It's teaching you how to overcome being abused and raped. It's teaching how parents and guardians, how you can watch the first signs of maybe your child or children want to join the gang. It's also teaching the parents and guardians how you can keep them from being in the streets in gangs.
So it sounds like it's an intervention book.
Yes.
It's an intervention that prepares
Yes,
you.
and I have series right now as we speak. I'm sitting on 3 books. I'm just working on the financial backing. Whereas though I started a GoFundMe because I even have a donation button on my website, which is on my bio on my Instagram, Brim Alone Brim Strong. So that's what the money was going to be used for.
So Brim Alone Brim Strong, is that your that's the GoFund?
Yeah, that's not the GoFundMe. That's on my page. The GoFundMe is the $JJ3600.
$JJ36.